What do you measure to know an expansion engine is working before revenue shows up? Your early tests. How do
Yeah.
you know it's working? Excitement doesn't mean jack. Behavior matters.
Yes.
What are
Yes.
they doing? It's great that they're excited. It's great they said this. It's great they said that. What are they doing? What's your take?
The first question I try to solve for is what is the North Star metric? That is what quantifies value delivered. It is the leading indicator of value delivered. And revenue is just a function of value delivered. Revenue, it's too late as a first signal. Think about a normal funnel, even a free trial funnel. By the time revenue shows up, the system is already working or not working. So the whole bunch of things had to have happened, user activation rates and all of those things that would give you predictability into whether we'll actually buy or not. What I will go back to is start to measure where trust and clarity are turning into motion. That's exactly how it works in product. I bring up this idea of trust for two reasons. One older and one newer. I started keying on trust because of this idea called the marketing hourglass, which I've never forgotten. Hourglass because it's easy to like and it's easy to try, but only if you can get somebody to like can you get somebody to try. If you can get them to try, your next challenge is to get them to trust, and that's where the hourglass gets really small. But if you can get them through that, then all the rest of the steps become much easier to get them through. That's one reason. The second reason is with all AI products, the number one thing to solve for is user trust. Because if you can't solve for that, they will not use your products. It comes down to I would measure where trust and clarity are turning into motion and them doing something into behavior, like you said, right? Are prospects and clients and referral sources repeating your problem framing back to you? Are they saying this is exactly what we're dealing with? Are they introducing you using your language to others? Because if people cannot explain your value, they can't refer your value. That is the first step. The second is measure referral source activation, because the common trap is to think about how big is my network? How many people can refer me? The better way to think about it is how many people know exactly when to introduce me and have done something with that knowledge. That could mean an intro. It could mean a forwarded article. It could be a mention to a client. It could mean inviting you to an event or some other relevant conversation, whatever it is. But that is them doing something, recognizing that, oh, here's a situation that I know you apply in. And that is why I'm bringing you into this context now.
I
So,
like how you tied those two together. I wasn't thinking about it that way.
because what it then lines up is your third step of your funnel, which if you have language echo and you have referral source activation, that then allows you to measure like a qualified intro volume. Allows you to separate a real intro from, hey, I think you two should connect, which happens all the time.
Yep.
Versus you should go talk to Ted because he has helped companies with this exact problem. Very different.
There's a reason when somebody says you two should connect. There's a reason they're saying that. They have all of that context and they're transmitting that for you. I love that.
If you treat this like a funnel, now you can track your intro to conversion rate. Because if people are making intros, but they're not turning into real conversations, something is off. And that could be anything from them not truly understanding your work, or maybe the buyer that they introduced you doesn't really have a problem, or the framing was too vague, or whatever. So, what are the leading indicators outside of revenue, right? I think I would look at four things. Are people repeating the right language? Are referral sources taking action? Are qualified intros increasing? And are those intros turning into real conversations? And those are very measurably trackable.